Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting week of whatever the fuck are we doing. Or something. I screwed that up completely. Nonetheless, welcome back. Anyone remember what we did last time? What you did last time?
I was not here, so I have no clue. I did something.
We went to the feudal world to try and get a contract there, and we came across some, I think, Eldar ships, or was it Tau ships?
Eldar.
Eldar, yeah, and had a bit of combat.
Yeah, they had set up a ship that is connected to the dynasty. The bait. And they fired a torpedo and promptly buggered off.
And Hakrin and Varus were swimming in 0G to avoid the impact of the torpedo.
And the temp navigator we got did amicably. Thingy
Yeah.
words. Fucking
You
English.
don't need Torian anymore then. That's fine.
Well, that's handy because
He may have retired.
there's a name underneath Angus's camera that's lying.
Can you stop spoiling the damn thing? Damn it.
What? No.
I have
It's
a
my character. I can spoil. I
fuck
can't
off,
spoil
I
it
have
because
a
already
thing for
know.
this. I'm the GM. So
You told me to
behave.
change it, so it's kind of obvious now.
There's still Torian on my screen. So behave or you're gonna be playing the red shirt for the rest of your life. God damn it, Angus, you're ruining everything.
Well,
for me.
he can't really die, so to speak. Then
I mean, you have
he's constantly respawning.
You have 15,000 lives. Use them wisely.
And we get to refill those whenever we enter Footfall. Also, I have a face. It's a thing.
Yes,
It,
You know-
it certainly is.
somebody
now
else
gain-
doesn't.
You now
Yeah,
gain
I
D5 insanity points for seeing the true horror of reality.
Angus,
Strange.
meet yourself. Don't forget.
Camera roulette is not fun to play.
Yeah, no. Me crashing was me pushing a button on a thing that made me go somewhere else.
Excellent. Right. You're in high anchor around the supposed feudal world. You are tethered to the wreckage of Shield of Juno, sword-class frigate.
Ah, yeah, the Shield of Juno.
No,
It's a horrible name, because if you say it's fast enough, it sounds like the sword of,
well, I don't know, so please enlighten me.
It's the capital world of the Escalon section.
I will never stop make fun of this name. I hope you realize.
Blame Fantasy Flight. I just took the name of the biggest world in that sector.
Alright. But yeah, and the ship belongs to the Land Dynasty. It was one of the ship that the lady captain's father was escorting or helped escort a convoy that was lost in the warp.
Oh yeah, and we found what was it called, the data slate with apparently like the last words of the captain or something on it. So we're bringing that back to the lady captain.
Yeah, it was the captain's log from the journey. And the last entry was basically, we're doomed.
So you could say that was a final frontier.
Yeah, pretty much.
Stardate 2381.2. It's fucked. The end.
Yeah, so I vaguely remember something about you wanting to salvage the ship for everything that wasn't bolted down.
Yeah, basically.
And I haven't made a list of this, so I'm just gonna make it up on the go and you can complain all you want later on. Yeah, I need to have a look in the armor section so I don't give you anything too useful.
Wait, we have a tech priest. Why can't we take the stuff that's bolted down?
That's a good question, because the tech priest was unavailable last time.
Fair enough.
Was he?
Yeah, he was busy polishing his mechadendrite or something. Fuck, do I remember?
No, he was on the ship with me.
Yeah.
I think Cal is mixing up the campaigns here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly, I can't fucking remember sometimes. It's,
Yeah, which is why that's happening with the way it's happening. But yeah,
But yeah, you're in next to the ship. You have your crew going back and forth with shuttles, stripping the other ship of every useful component. All the ship components are destroyed and beyond repair. So this is literally a hunk of scrap at this point. So the best
yeah,
you
it's a
can,
Hulk.
yeah, best thing you can do is just transport the ship to the breaker yards and sell it for a slight profit.
Might not be a bad idea, considering I want to do that before anyone else gets here and does it instead. My property, damn it, or by proxy my property, and I do what I want with it.
Can we do that?
You could. Definitely. It might be a bit of a challenging jump, trying to do that with something else strapped on.
Yeah, the big worry here is if it accidentally slams into us and we create another Space Hulk. A very small Space Hulk, but still a Space Hulk.
Yep. But yeah, Lady Captain, where are you as the salvage mission is ongoing? Are you on the bridge or are you in your cabin?
Yeah, I'm directing everything from the bridge. Having junior bridge officers as liaisons between everything that needs to be directed and just casting out the net, so to speak, over the whole thing.
All right. So, as you're sitting in your command throne with Lord Fluffy Beakington next to you, carried on a satin pillow, the two senior officers approach you. One being the navigator, one of Torian's underlings, and your astropath.
Ah, yeah, the mistress of Chanties.
We haven't gotten to that part, damn it.
Well, if it's a head astropath, that's the part.
Yeah. But the navigator bows before you and say, Lady Captain, Torian has commanded me to take over his duties while he rests. He is old and warp travel tires him. So while he's resting, I will be taking over his duties on the ship.
Well, if he can't work, then he can't work. Very well then, I formally appoint you to be this ship's warp guide. May you serve with the same distinction as your predecessors.
Thank you, Lady Captain. I will try
And
to.
hopefully with as good roles as the last one.
Ah, fuck that.
Yeah, and
Not
he
get my Nabis Primer.
bows low before you and leaves again back to the Navis Sanctum. And now before you stands your head astropath, or probably the only astropath you have on this galactic boat. So, Angus, what do we see when we look upon you?
The hooded figure. If you can just see under the hood, you can see that She's got slim face, maybe tinges of purple hair just poking out underneath the cowl, and her eyes have got like a big metal plate covering them. She also has a big fancy stick with a kind of robot bird sitting on top of it that's kind of watching everything. And she bows low and introduces herself as Anik Blacklight.
Something I
Mistress of
can-
Shanties. Now we can say it.
Something I can do for you, Astropath?
I don't know, I never thought this far. I've been given no other information, I've just been told I'm here. Cal?
Yeah, you do have received a message from somewhere, and I haven't had time to read up on the astropaths, but can you do me the role to receive a message? I know there is something for that. See,
It's innocent.
just to see how clearly you received the message.
Does my psi focused help with innocence, or it's just invocation? Just invocation, never mind.
Yeah, it's invocation.
And I'm psi rating free, so I get black and white pictures with it as well. I'm like an old CRT monitor.
Damn it, I need to find the astropath thingamajig in this.
It's in the first set of psychic disciplines.
Yeah, that power is the one you get for being an Astropath, right?
Yeah. Astral
Astral-
telepathy.
Yeah. All I remember about that thing is it's modified by how far the distance is, and you need to be certain levels of psi rating in order to send messages.
Yeah,
Blah, blah,
page 164. At the bottom, you've got the table.
I mean, that was one success. What's your psi rating?
It is free.
Yeah, this was literally the bit that I didn't read up on. The rest I have a pretty good grasp of, I think. But yeah, you receive some visions as you are in your astropath sanctum, and it is a stenciled G. Did you just get black and white and not actual colors?
Yeah, I have to be, what is it, psi rating 6 to get coloured pictures.
Yeah, it's just a stencil G with like a half sun, half covered sun behind it. There is a clenched fist, and there is holding a chain, and there is a field, an endless field of crops. That's all you get.
Okay. So I have to translate that. Okay.
Yep, that's the message you received. And that is the reason why you're standing before the lady captain right now.
Yeah, I'll obviously pass that message on. Oh, well, or describe what I've seen. Just trying to think. I mean, if I was to try and translate it, that's a skill that I actually don't have, which is a bit shit. Yeah. I don't know where to take this take it from here, Cal, to be honest. So yeah, I explained to Lady Captain what I saw. The G is pretty obvious.
Hmm. And you have no other ideas what this could mean?
If I was thinking, yeah, if I was hoping for the best, I would say the clenched fist. It's either the Arbitrace, or it could mean that a certain dynasty is ruling with an iron fist over some farmers or a world of farmers. That's just me guessing slightly. I have no clear picture other than that.
Are we on the bridge as well, by the way?
You are wherever you want to be. Like, this is just as the salvage mission is going on for the other ship. What are the rest of you doing while they are on the bridge?
Well, I would have probably been on the bridge trying to vox the planet, trying to get a response from them.
I imagine I'm on the other ship, taking care of business there and ordering people around.
Alright, so you are in fact unscrewing the bolts holding the rest of the stuff together.
Yes.
Excellent.
Let's just like break down the whole ship into components and chuck it in our ship, and it'll be fine. Spare parts.
Yeah. But yeah, the Mistress of the Vox informs you that there are no Vox traffic on the planet and no one is receiving you.
That makes sense since it's a feudal world. They're still going about in castles and in horses, aren't they?
Yeah, or something similar to that era. Well, question here becomes if this is Lucius and his cohort trying to brag to me over that they have claimed the world, or if it's a distress from a specific world knowing about our rivalries and hoping for help.
Question, can you send messages back?
Yeah. Well, I
Uh,
can send a message. I don't know where it's. Presumably, I know where that one came from. Roughly. And I could send one roughly in that direction.
How about a middle finger, followed by that chi being smashed by a hammer?
Possibly? I could possibly do that.
What do you say, Lady Captain? Would that be a good
No,
idea?
it doesn't have to be iconography, as far as I am aware.
And it can be words. Or, yeah, I could rearrange the stars in a picture of, say, Puck You Godwin, if you like.
That would be perfect.
You know, I like the cut of your jib.
What did you say your name was?
Anik Blacklink.
Anik. It is a pleasure to meet you. My name is Hakrin.
Pleasure.
Never mind the fact that this character's probably been serving since the beginning, but just doesn't have any like right now.
He was a red shirt. She was a red shirt until now.
Yeah, red shirt with an extra pip on the collar.
That's special, Richard. I was clever enough not to go into the cargo bays.
So far.
Yes. I find myself lacking a competent officer for field operations. I believe you would fit that spot handedly.
Well, if you request a psyker, my lord, I'm always able to help.
Splendid, splendid. Yeah, we need a bit of a weirder touch to offset the actual weird thingies of a certain somebody.
Whatever do you mean, my captain?
Crumble, crumble, crumble. But yes. And I turn to one of the whoever I put in charge of coordinating things whenever I'm not doing it, and ask how long we have on the frigate's salvaging operations. Actually, I probably send a message over to Goralian just asking that.
What were you asking?
You will know it will take about a week, Goralian. And the lady captain, was asking you, sent over a message asking you how long the salvage operation would take, and you know that it will take roughly a week, if nothing explodes.
No,
I,
exploding is nice.
Say my rough estimate down to the nearest hour.
Nearest hour, that's heresy.
Don't
Well,
I suppose, yeah, never mind. Yeah. I forgot
well
about
then,
your
in-
count.
have someone competent deal with the rest then. Port back to the ship. I believe we are going planet side.
Are we going on a field trip, Captain? Nice.
As long as you behave.
I will, don't worry. I haven't done anything wrong in a long time. Nothing that you know of.
Is this where I break out the mind probe?
It is very unpolite to do that towards a superior officer.
I thought I just got promoted.
You got promoted to officer, freshly promoted officer. I am long-reigning seneschal here.
Isn't there like an actual ranking on the command crew?
There is.
Yeah, there is.
I'm looking it up right now.
I
As far
think
as
me
remember,
and Hakrin is like
the
just
same.
below the captain or something like that.
I think so.
Yeah, because Navigator was rank 3. I think the other two are rank.
Technically, Lord Fluffy Beakington is the first
officer,
officer, so he's in command whenever the captain is not present.
That is true. He is canon.
I have the
It is
character
canon
sheet
now.
to prove it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Master of Chantis, or Choir Master Telepathicus, which you'd properly call it, is in the rank 3s. Yeah, that's edited now. With
Yeah, I kind of make people very uneasy being an astropath, amongst other things.
Hakrin has no problem with that.
Fair enough.
Either way, I get ready for the field trip. I have my what's it called? My grapple hawk is carrying all of my surplus weaponry that I'm not carrying on me right now.
Well, at least it's not carrying you for a change.
Hey, it hasn't done that in like 4 sessions.
Because you've been sitting around drinking coffee. Whilst I've been doing work, getting this from place to place.
Did you have an Aquila Landers, or was it Halo barges that you have?
Landers.
Yeah, the Halo barge is in the other campaign.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just go on Voxniest. Time for command crew field trip. Current bodyguard squad report to Hangar Bay. Lord Beakington, you have the con.
He quacks excitedly.
Packing the Ancient and the biscuits.
Battle butlers.
Right. How many guardsmen do you take with you, and how many landers do you take down to the planet?
Well, I said one squad, which is about 5 people we established.
And how many of you, all 4 of you coming down? So Fuck math. 5.
9.
Yeah, so 9. So you can take one shuttle down.
And you know, as per normal procedure, little Tupperware container under one arm, checking Belasco dueling pistols with the other. Standard one crew field trip stuff.
Yeah, and a swarm of valets are following you with trays of baked goods and recap.
Need to get the battle butler initiative going so we can have
Yeah, if this
probably
was...
one per squad as a squad leader for every bodyguard.
So the battle butler's a sergeant.
Yeah, that's my plan anyway. Whenever we get that going.
So basically, if this was on any normal imperial world, this procession would be considered a parade. But because you're a rogue trader ship, this is a normal state of operations.
Yep. We would have it no other way.
I mean, the biscuits also serve to mull over the local population.
What?
A nice
what
welcoming gift.
You're gonna pelt
them
them
eat
with
cake.
stale biscuit.
Hey, our biscuits are of. We have. What did we have? I think we had servo skulls in the kitchen, or no, we never did kill the kitchen crew. That's a shame.
Hey, Crane.
Other campaign, I don't have a cook servo skill yet. Though that's something I could possibly get.
Hangar, command crew, gathering, swooping down.
Skullman
Already there.
Ramsey.
Bad.
Alright. This is getting out of hand really quicker than I thought, which is impressive in of itself. Right.
Just embrace it, it's fine.
Yeah. So you gather on the embarkation deck. 6, 5, 4. Your bodyguard squad is waiting for you. Because math is difficult.
Awesome.
You know, at least we have something that works.
What's that?
Well, apparently these guys, the bodyguard's Kronos.
Yeah.
I call shotgun, and with that, I take my shotgun off my grapple hawk and sit actually in the back of the glider.
Yeah, as you call a shotgun, the two of the guardsmen just hands you their shotguns as well.
Great! I now have 3 shotguns. I give them back gracefully.
And 2 unarmed guards.
Yeah, it's the difference between low and high Gothic made that a little awkward.
Yeah, so you all board the shuttle and it slowly descends through the atmosphere into the planet. Is there any... what do you want to do here on this planet? Because that's quite important to know.
Well, we originally came here hoping to finally resolve the contract. Then we remembered, oh yeah, they don't have ships, so they can't actually fulfill the contract. And now we basically decided to just go down since we have a week to kill.
Yeah, they might have fun stuff here.
And we could maybe, if we can't get like a contract of people going for Lucian's Breath, we could maybe at least acquire enough people for us to start our endeavor on on our Horam planet.
Yeah. And, you know, it's a good sign in a way if we land within sight of, say, the biggest city or something, and they treat us like gods or something, then we know we're probably the first ones here.
And then we can go to the other side of the planet and go there dressed up, pretend to be other gods, and then we can start a religious war on the planet.
No, we have war worlds for that. Besides, if we want this world stable, that's the last thing we should do.
Either way, they might also have information about the ship that was blown up in space.
Yeah, I wonder. Have you seen any pointed air people around? Actually, I don't think they would have, but hey ho.
Demeldo, sneaky gitch.
Someone turned into a weird boy when I wasn't looking.
You what?
I have to say that purple fits you, Black Lake.
Thank you, madam.
Tell me, are all psychers green?
Wait, what?
Green with envy, maybe. Right. Someone note that down in the ship sheet. That's what you salvage from their collective armories on the ship.
Yep, already on it.
Right, so as you descend, the master of Aetherix notify you that there is a significant gathering a couple of miles outside the biggest settlement on this continent that you're heading towards.
Yay, we will have a crowd.
Yeah, so do you want to go over there, or do you want to land in the city? Like, there are probably I don't know, 10 miles, 10 metric miles, not whatever the fuck the Yanks use, away. So
I think miles are just miles, mate.
Well, it's called miles in Swedish when it's 10
Yeah,
kilometers.
10 kilometers is 1 mile. Meal.
yeah, so
Okay,
they are
I give up.
they are 50 kilometers away from the major city. That's where they are.
Also, by the way, I think British miles and American miles are also not quite the same, just as British pounds and American pounds are not quite the
Oh,
same.
for fuck's sake.
Yes.
Our pounds are money.
Metric is God. Now let's move on.
Yes.
But the
Just
best
use
is
metric.
stone.
We all use metric.
When you weight someone in stone.
Yeah, I'm what? Yes, I'm.
Like who
certainly
thought of that?
stone.
I mean, it's a stone, right? He weighs just like much as 3 stones. Everyone knows how much a stone weighs.
Yeah. 12
I,
pounds.
Universal stone.
I'm sorry, I don't have imperial measuring training. I have pistol weapon training universal and melee weapon training universal.
That's a distance. Get on with it, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, that
Just-
sounds wonderful.
Yeah, just use metric from now on. We all understand that.
No, you
Yeah,
don't. You're
it's
British.
based on 10. You know what's 10? Easy.
Yeah. That's why metric is fine. I've got 10 fingers, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless accidents happened.
I'm not. Now's not the time to share stories. So maybe later.
All right. So yeah, do you want to go down to the gathering, or do you want to fly to the city?
I'm a rogue trader. Of course, I'm going to the gathering.
All you know about this is it's a massive heat blob, roughly formed as an H. And the topography on the area itself, it's basically flat land with forests on one side.
Could be a fire.
Could also be a makeshift landing platform made out of people.
Don't land in the middle of them. Let us land a couple. I know, 20 meters away from them.
20? What?
Try 100, because 20 with jet engines is quite close. We'll end up either burning them or sending them flying.
Ah, okay.
All right, so I'm gonna step in here for a moment and railroad you guys, because otherwise this is gonna literally take 2 hours just to get there. So you fly towards you order the pilot to fly towards the heat signature, and as you get within visual range, you see there's a massive field of grass, and on it are 2 lines of men. You can't really tell how many, but rough estimate, if anyone has, I guess, logic, could give me a rough estimate of how many people there were down there.
I'm not very logical.
Maybe I can try.
I have good intelligence, I just haven't trained.
What the hell is that die roll?
Yeah, Varys, as you look through the ship cameras and get a close up, ship pic feeds, you do rough estimate there are between 40 and 50,000 people here. Lined up in 3 rows on each side, facing each other. And there is some meeting of some sort in the middle. So you fly towards it, and how far away do you want to settle down? Do you want to settle down in the middle of it, or do you want to settle down like way far back and then spy on them?
Away from it. I mean, the theatrical demands that we land, close enough that they see us, but not near enough that they will get squished, burnt, and or any other horrible thing.
Yeah, so roughly between the 2 lines, it's about 500 meters. That's how far away the lines are from each other. And then there is some kind of structure in the middle of it. So you could theoretically land between the lines and just step out there without burning someone to a crisp, unless they start moving. Or you can land, behind either one or to the side and just walk there.
I think between would be the most theatric.
Yeah, I agree. And if they start becoming roidy, we can just lift off again.
So I just realized something. The Aquila lander has a autocannon to the front of it. This could be interesting.
Let's hope we won't need it.
Yeah, let me just draw something real quick.
I could draw something too. I don't think it would help though.
Yeah, you can draw this out by RPing a bit more, so we don't have all this dead time.
Well, I'm obviously in my power armor right now.
Oh yeah, forgotten you got that.
How can you forget? It's kind of obvious.
I wasn't here last week.
But the idea of, oh yeah, power armor should stick to your head a bit.
I was more concerned with other things, meeting those folks, than power armor.
I mean, I agree with you. They were weird, but came out of it no worse for wear.
That's rude.
You say that, but where's Torian?
Uh,
Dun, dun, dun.
Permanent ulcer, I suppose.
Possibly.
Is that like anti-metagaming?
What?
I do know.
Pretending not to know things that you know, I guess so.
Oh yeah, I do know, but I'm not. I don't. But I do. But I don't. What?
What do you mean there's a warp gate in the middle of one of the warp storms? I have never heard of this.
Guys, come on. Can't you be sensible for one moment at least?
It's us.
Yeah, you beat me to it. You should know by now.
Sorry, I was expecting a bit too much, I think.
You put us down this path, we'll carry on with it.
Obviously, this is not to scale, but it's an accurate representation. Or an
Anyway, yes,
abstract
what-
representation.
What's Corellian doing, sorry? As I interrupted. In his power armor.
I don't know. I just wanted to mention that.
Fair enough. Well, thank you for the reminder, I forgot.
Right, so Graelian is in his power armor. Do you have all the other stuff with you, or just your power armor? Like, what are you guys equipped with weapon-wise?
I have my Hell Pistol, my Bolt Gun, my Bony Bolter Cane, and my frag grenades and my hallucinogen grenades.
I mean, the power armor really isn't complete without the heavy bolter, is it?
Oh, also
He's
I'm
learning.
wearing the guard flak armor that we nicked from the broken ship.
All right.
Yeah, Anik just has a sword and a small pistol at her sides, and she's also carrying a big cane or big stick with the birds nearby. It's a big robotic raven.
Do you want a bolt pistol? Because I have a spare one.
Sure, why not?
All right, I reach over to my grapple hawk and take off the bolt pistol and give it to Anik. On the grapple hawk, by the way, I still have my autogun, shotgun, las pistol, and some other shit. So yeah, I'm decked out.
All right. I want you to roll me a fucking tech use for this shit. And I'm gonna be a bit loose with the rules here, but I'm still saying tech use because I demand it.
I have tech use.
Fucking hell! Yeah, you somehow managed to bundle all of it together, so when you can take stuff out without having everything just drop.
Yeah, and as for me, I have my three pistols within, in drawing range, basically. I'm walking around with my cane, have a power sword at my side, and I'm wearing carapace armor with a helmet. And my fine clothing was essentially a bigger hat that would fit on top of the helmet.
That's right. I now also have a helmet. So my cat hat and my tricorner hat are both on top of my helmet.
I forgot. I forgot about the hat. Ah, the fancy hats.
Yeah, and if I ever decide to get power armor, I intend to invest in a bigger hat.
Why not?
We look absolutely magnificent.
Yeah. So yeah, as
One
you
word.
as you come a bit closer or close enough that you can actually see like proper details rather than just the abstract like geographical location of everything. Oh well, that was an interesting thing. So all the cameras just died for me.
Yeah, your camera was frozen for me there in the best possible position.
Yeah, your camera just died. Everybody else's is working for me.
I
Yeah,
give it an
ditto.
8 out of 10.
Piss off. Right.
So yeah, I think it's you that has to refresh. For us, it seems everybody else is fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just want to get through this fucking thing for now, and then we can deal with this shit later on. So yeah, once you get a bit closer, so you can actually see details. You see that the three lines that are drawn are basically archers, pikemen, and knights on lining up to face each other. So yeah, you would draw the logical conclusion that there is you have landed in the middle of a oncoming battlefield.
Yes, and let's hope we can. I mean, we did just come down in a flying thing while they are still in there with their medieval weapons. I'm pretty
big
sure we can
metal
handle
bird.
something here.
And suddenly I became interested in Total War.
Total War Warhammer.
This is more like Civilization when somebody hasn't upgraded their units.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
but
just
you-
send in the XCOM troops.
Yeah, but the problem with that is you can't really move in a line formation and save. Everything just gets garbled.
Yeah, and in the middle here, the thing that completed the H shape was a tent. What the hell is it called? It's the bigger version of a tent.
Pavilion?
Yeah, pavilion. Yeah, that's the one. So there's a massive pavilion in the middle, and there are knights riding back and forth from both sides. And as you land your ship, like there is complete and utter silence. Everyone's looking at the ship and are incredibly pale. And everyone from the pavilion has come out and stand just staring at the ship as you land.
So I'm guessing it's probably the generals of both armies negotiating in there.
So with the boarding ramp. I'm
I
going
get
ashore.
ready there, leaning on my bolter cane, looking snazzy as fuck.
Yeah, I've tried to look like Tychus as much as I can.
So do you want me to shoot you in the head now or later?
Oh,
I mean, try it.
Well, roll 20 just fucked off for me.
hello, yeah. What?
Yeah, my camera's died for me.
My
For me, it
thing
just
refreshed.
refreshed.
Yeah.
And yeah, all the cameras are down.
Yeah,
Cow.
I was doing something. Never mind. So yeah, you land, and the ramp slowly lowers as you descend, and now you're standing on the grass next to the shuttle. The engines are slowly revving down, and you can actually start, and your hearing returns, so you can actually start picking up the sounds again, other than the massive thunderous roar of the engines. And yeah, it's like high summer here. It's pretty warm, probably like 30-35 degrees. The sun is shining. It's on a cloudless sky, and like the armies on both sides are just fucking staring at you in disbelief.
I wave.
Ah, stop doing things, damn it.
No, I think you turned the cameras back on, right?
So
There I am.
There we go.
yeah, so
But-
you're standing there, and slowly a procession of armored men are riding towards you slowly, with their hands on their weapons, but no weapons are drawn. And there seems to be knights from both camps, as they're having various flags, and they're basically doing like some knights from each side are adding to the slow procession coming towards you.
I'm guessing we're all just coming out the ship now.
Oh hell yeah, I'm out. I am standing there proud as a thingy.
Yeah,
I lean
I'm-
over to the captain and ask, how exactly do we want to do this? Just so I don't do anything stupid.
Just follow my lead. It's gonna be okay.
Alright.
And I don't have access to cameras for some reason.
Yep, yours is off.
Or maybe jumped in before that change triggered.
I think you might have jumped in as it was triggering. But hey ho.
Oh yeah, now I have the options again.
Right. So there's a slow procession of knights coming towards you and aides behind them. Probably like 30 or 40 at this point. And at the front there are two distinct riders. All of you can give me an awareness to see if you notice.
Is this just side-based, right?
Yeah, site-based awareness. Yeah, Varus, you notice that both of them in the front have golden crowns on their head.
So
We could
Looks
deserve
like-
2 kingdoms right now.
Looks like royalty. How
And
royal indeed.
shall we remind them of their place then?
We have magic guns that are very loud. It'll be fine.
Should worst come to worst, their primitive armor counts as half against non-primitive weapons.
I think we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Look at the heavy bolter. Look back at Varus. Look back at heavy bolter. Nod sternly.
You're on a boat.
While I'm on a field now.
Do you have 2 tickets to that thing you like?
Right, so the procession is coming towards you. You notice that there are 2 royals in the front, and their standards look magnificent, both of them. One crimson and the other dark purple.
Do we have a banner?
No, you don't.
We have a ship.
Yeah, I didn't bring the, Dynasty banner we plumped in down to prove that we are... No, the ones we're using to claim uninhabited worlds and stuff. Because this world is already mapped, so I guess someone has taken credit for it, but you can still have profit to be made. And the sun is reflecting off of Angus's thing. His forehead, that's the word.
Right, so is there anything you want to do before they come close enough to you?
There is no skill for pose, so no.
I mean, you can always bust out in some serious moves and just try to impress them with your breakdancing skills.
Well, yeah. I'm just standing
Oh,
there
fuck.
with my
I reroll.
cane. My cane like tapping the ground and looking. I'm standing with the pride of true royalty.
All right.
I'm just standing near the captain with the bird flying about me, just watching everything.
Yeah, I'm just trying to look badass.
I'm dancing.
It's impossible for you, Varus, not to look absolutely badass to the extreme in your power
Exactly.
armor and a heavy bolter.
Heavy metal.
Oh, I actually forgot to add my bonus. I think, nobility and government since they're kings, so that would be 2.7 degrees of success.
Yeah, that doesn't count for this, though. But yeah, so next to the captain, we have Heikrin busting out some serious moves. And to any imperial citizen, it would be an adequate performance. But to these savage heathens, it's the slickest move they have ever seen. Probably, if they survive this encounter, they will spawn new dances in the courts of these kingdoms. And
I just realized what I really need for the situation, which I don't have.
Oh, what would that be?
Voxcaster. Amplify my voice.
I think I might have one. Let me see.
I know
think the ship probably has one, right?
I know the Voidmaster starts with one, but I don't.
Yeah, you could probably use your microbead to project your voice out of the ship.
Yeah, I don't have one that's on my other character.
I don't think power armor has that.
Power Armor has an awesome heads-up display.
I think Space Marine armor has something similar, but maybe not to that scale.
Space Marines have very good larynxes.
I do know Scout Marines have the Scouts box. That's because they're, well, usually one-man operations.
Right, just need to write down one thing real quick and then we should be good to go.
Gather to think.
Well, I figured kings need names, so and I don't have a good sense for naming things. So I just need to look up the name things.
King
Richard.
James II.
Richard of Lionheart and Louis
Robert Bruce.
Leroy's Lay.
Robert of Locksley.
Henry VIII. The 8th is his surname. There hasn't been 7 Henrys before him.
Henry VIII, I am. Henry VIII, I am.
Just a fluke of probability. Who knew?
It's that million monkeys typing Shakespeare nonsense. It's bound to happen sometime.
I mean, I think 3 times Star Trek the original series they ended up on a planet that was just like Earth.
All right. So they approach you, and when they are roughly 10 meters away from you, if you should decide to shoot, that might be important.
How far away?
10 meters, roughly.
Alright. Oh, so pretty much point blank. Great.
Point blank is 3 or less damage.
Short range then.
Yes. So the procession stops, and two really thin, scrawny-looking men, white hair, both holding the banners of their respective kingdoms, step forth, and in a voice that would be better suited for a parade ground, they announce that you are in the presence of King Cornelius Haddon and King Quintil Patronus. Quintil is the one with the purple banner, and Cornelius is the one with the crimson banner.
Lady Captain, shall I introduce you?
Yeah, just because I don't think you have the full name, Lude. Send it to you. Not too long, but still a thing.
You have the honor to be in the presence of Lady Captain Lorraine Marie Dorothea Anastasia Lan of the Lan Dynasty.
One of the heralds pipe up and say, "We bid you welcome to our world, outsiders. For what purpose have you arrived through the stars?"
Mostly boredom.
He's not wrong.
Also business.
You broke. I think you broke Cal.
I just give Hakon a really weird look.
What the fuck, man? Of all the things I thought you would say, that was not one of them.
Well, it's the truth, isn't it? Like, I couldn't come up with anything better right now.
Maybe we should take a 5 to 10 minute break
That might
whilst
be
people compose themselves.
that might be for the best. I need something to drink. So yeah,
I'm having a real hard time forming sentences, right?
so yeah, we'll be right back in 5 to 10 for whatever more this is. So yeah, see you in a bit.